Hey guys, so I did want to follow up, and I'm just going to follow up on this same live stream. The RAM that we had here. Hey guys, so I did want to follow up, and I'm just going to, let's turn that off. So what happened here with this computer, the RAM, remember we tested all RAMs, they all failed. And then I was able to have actually this is a Lenovo as well. So I have another Lenovo over here on the side. I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, you can. And I tested the RAM over there and the RAM pass. So we got a bad slot. This is not common, and it's not a good result for the customer, because basically now he's just got 4 gigs. When I take a look under the microscope, if I can see anything there out of the ordinary, but it looks pretty good. But let's see if I notice anything. I'm over here in the corner with my microscope. See if anything stands out. Everything looks pretty straight up. There's no signs of damage or things burnt or anything like that. So basically the repair here, it's not really a repair, it's a it's a resolution. Remove the RAM and use it with 4 gigs. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the greatest performance. Can the board be repaired? Probably, but this is a pretty basic computer. I'm just tightening these hinges. Almost every time I open one of these computers, these hinges are going to be loose. Wow, this thing was very loose. The board could probably be repaired, but it probably wouldn't make financial sense. It's a fairly basic computer. Probably used value right now might be $250, something like that. Board repair be $150, $200. And also, it's possible that it can't be repaired, and since the computer is actually working, could something go wrong and then wind up having a non-usable computer, period. I'm going to try one more. Vice versa. I'm going to try Jack's, that RAM over here. And remember, this thing, it was turning on at times, so I guess that circuit was just degrading, right? It was just getting worse and worse and worse. It's maybe also why we see this really slow startup. Is probably the BIOS checks just taking way longer than normal. Yeah. So that's going to be a wrap. That is going. We'll just close like that. Yeah. So at least customer has a working computer. It's not going to be the worst thing in the world. It does have an SSD. It does have a 10th gen i5. So long as they maybe use one window at a time, or one app at a time. Just keep the apps kind of managed where there's not a lot of things going on at one time. Browsers also keep them managed a little bit. Should be okay. A couple back screws missing. I'll look for those now. Find some options. Let's leave one in one. Let's crank it up. I believe this thing turns on when I open the lid. So every time I open the lid, the thing's already on. By the way, I did do the BIOS update, so just in case there was some finicky stuff going on with the BIOS, and you see that it turns on right away when the other RAM is removed. So that's a wrap and another live video. And that's what's going on right here, right now at P